Good morning, everyone. My name is David Pokhrel, and today I'll be discussing presentation on the topic of data management and AI in healthcare. Moving forward into presentation, we'll be covering topics such as data management and AI in clinical practice, assessment of ethical, legal, and regulatory aspects of data management, healthcare stakeholders and big data sources, communication strategy with stakeholders, business intelligence strategies, and recommended strategies. Here we can see the use of big data and AI overall helps in order to make the clinical decisions. Here we can see big data is composed of all the overall structured and unstructured data that helps to train AI and ML algorithms. As a result of which, the algorithms are capable of learning some of the basic operations and can perform on their own with a team or specific persons. Talking about applications of AI in healthcare, in recent years, AI has been evolving and has numerous uses in healthcare. As you can see in the picture, some of the applications are robot-aided surgeon, where a robot will be performing the major surgery of a patient. Further, we can see speech automation, where a machine will be answering the calls and will be giving necessary feedbacks to the patients. We can see AI aided for nurses that will be providing help to the patients and the aids that is necessary in helping the nurses as well. We can see AI supported administration where the AI will be performing all the basic tasks of the administration within the organization without having to require much of a HR representatives. Even in absence of a person, AI is capable of taking responsibilities of the administration. We can see AI enables cybersecurity, which gives the security factors to all the overall network within our organization without having to troubleshoot by a particular person. AI will be capable of telling the threats and will be capable of doing all the troubleshooting by yourself. We can also see AI being used in robotic image analysis, where the computer will be able to analyze and make the report by itself without having a human to go through all the image and doing the analysis. And lastly, we can see doses, detection, and corrections, where AI machines will be vital to see the correct amount of doses being treated to a person, and if it finds any malfunction or incorrect amount of doses, then it will notify the physicians immediately. Talking about the role of AI in clinical setting, as you can see, AI can analyze big data sets, pulling together patients' insights and leading to predictive analysis. Also, it can quickly obtain patient insights, helping with the healthcare ecosystem and discover key areas of patient care that requires improvement. We can see some of the basic strengths of AI over clinical setting will be it provides accurate and prompt diagnosis. It will give simplified results. Further, it will give more simplified monitoring and result in timely manner. It will save time and personal savings within all the organization. Some of the opportunities that AI will bring in clinical setting will be development of novel tools. That will be the challenges within AI programming and will give more opportunities for the healthcare sector to improve their quality. Further, it will be continuously implementing of new data and research tools. It will give more of the opportunity to learn within itself. With having overall AI in clinical setting, it will improvise overall healthcare within the organization. The improvements to healthcare efficiency and patient care delivery that machine learning provides comes with ethical concerns. As you can see, some of the major ethical concerns of AI will be sharing patient information, status prohibit clinicals from sharing patient information unless for medical reasons. That will be under confidentiality and data security. Further, having patient autonomy. For example, a doctor shares a medical information about a patient with an oncologist or a cancer specialist to improve health outcomes. So that will be under patient autonomy. Further, we can see system reliability will be another ethical concerns within AI use. Informed consent of the patient will be another ethical concerns within AI. And lastly, we can see cultural competency and representation will be another AI ethical concerns within the healthcare industry. With having all the ethical dilemmas of AI into the healthcare setting, there are four major steps that we need to go through in order to integrate AI into health system. The first major step will be engaging diverse stakeholders, where we'll be taking all the necessary feedbacks and solutions from all the major stakeholders. We'll be encouraging all the stakeholders to participate with the AI integration into the health system, including the stakeholders such as patient, clinicals, regulatory agencies, and the third-party vendors. The second step will be thoughtful design and development. Here we'll have a clear, concise, precision solutions in order to tackle with any of the problems that we overcome within the AI tool. Further, we'll understand the end user's needs and our existing workflow in order to integrate AI. The third step will be evaluation and validation. Here we'll be evaluating and validating the AI tool with our clinical and economical utility. We'll see if the AI tool has been precisely working within our economical budget and within our healthcare setting. Further, we'll integrate the tool into routing operations and will encourage all the clinicals and the providers for its wide broad use. And lastly, we'll be doing diffusion and scaling. On this step, we'll be expanding utility health setting in order to improvise the cost and time, and also will improve generability of the algorithms so we can have a quick problem resolution within any problems that will occur within the AI tool. Here we can see some of the ethical, legal, and regulatory aspects that we need to keep in mind within our AI integration and data management. As you can see in part of data, some of the ethical and regulatory aspects that we need to be aware of will be the governance, confidentiality, mitigation of bias, transparency of the data, privacy of the data, and relevance of the data. We'll also have to ensure that our AI project is ethically permissible by considering the impacts that may have on the well-being of all the affected stakeholders and communities. We'll also have to look over the AI rules and regulation, that will be AI liability, AI accuracy, AI decision making, and AI acceptability within the healthcare setting and the communities. Further, having the data and AI regulatory aspects tallied, we can move forward for the AI practice. We need to see if the AI practice is meeting the cost, meeting the availability, it is giving enough equity, and we have appropriate communications within the AI practice. Communication strategy with the stakeholders is one of the vital aspects within our integration of AI in healthcare setting. We need to keep in mind and be open to all the curious attitude within the team and need to be able to understand the history and concepts of all our overall stakeholders. We need to be able to provide feedback to stakeholders on how their interests and issues are being addressed and resolved. We also need to be able to track commitments made to them and ensure project team members coordinating along with consultation events, sharing information, and assigning tasks and follow-up actions. Talking about business intelligence tool. The overall business intelligence tools are the software that are used to analyze, gather, visualize, and process huge data effortlessly. These tools allows organizations to generate actionable business insight, store data, create manageable dashboards, and simplifies the overall decision making. As AI is evolving rapidly in terms of time, strategies also should be updated in timely manner in order to keep up with the technological developments. As you can see in the figure, here it explains all the management and technological terms that we need to be questioning in order to have the AI to be implemented within the system. The first choice an organization must make will be with the concern's vision, specifically its level of AI ambition and the related goals and the aspirations. With the visions as a guide, the next two elements concerns choosing where to focus AI attention and investment in terms of program areas, missions, demands, services, and technologies, and how to create those values in these areas, including an approach to piloting and scaling. The final two choices in the cascade concern the capabilities and management system required to realize the specific value in order to focus for those areas. Which includes the fields of machine learning, natural language processing, and robotics, can be applied to almost any field in medicine, and its potential contribution to biomedical research, medical education, and delivery of healthcare seems to be endless. With the technology being updated each and every single day, our strategies should also be updated on timely manner. As we know, this powerful technology creates a novel set of ethical challenges that must be identified and mitigated. Since AI technology has tremendous capacity to threaten patient preferences, safety, and privacy. Thank you for your time and patience. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.